Ethier's in a hurry. We need to get moving. Get started. Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the April 12th, 2020 meeting of the Albany County Legislature. My name is Andrew Joyce, and I serve as chair of the legislature. I'd like to remind everyone at this time, if you are not speaking, you don't plan on speaking, please mute your device that you're using tonight. In accordance with the guidance provided by the governor, our own county executive, and the commissioner of health, we are managing the meeting virtually. Before each meeting of the full legislature, our rules call for a period of public comment. I would like to note that the information for participation in tonight's public forum has been on the legislature's website since last week. This is the same format we have used since the pandemic began, which has produced robust public discourse over the last few months. Speakers will be allowed 3 minutes each, and I'd ask the clerk to now please call the roll.
Beston.
Mr. Beston.
Okay. Brewski.
Present.
Bergdorf.
Present.
Chapman. Clay.
Present.
Clary.
Present.
Camiso.
Present.
Cunningham.
Here.
Demolowitz.
Here.
Drake.
Here.
Epicoro.
Epicoro here.
Ethier.
Here.
Feeney.
Here.
Fine.
Here.
Grimm.
Here.
Andrew Joyce.
Here.
Ray Joyce.
Here.
Coon.
Here.
Lakakis.
Right here.
Lockhart. Muriello.
Here.
Mayo.
Here.
McLaughlin.
Here.
McLean Lane.
Here and fully vaccinated.
Miller.
Present.
O'Brien.
Here.
Hurley.
Here.
Peter.
Here.
Plosky.
Present.
Reedy.
Here.
Reinhardt. Ricard.
Present.
Simpson.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Tunney.
Here.
Ward. Whalen.
Here.
Willingham.
Here.
34 present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Madam Clerk.
Nicole, excuse me.
Yes.
Nicole,
Yes.
did you get me? I'm sorry.
We got you, Mr. Beston. We got you.
Yes. I
Thank
got
you. Sorry for the interruption.
All good. Is there anybody else that we missed that they didn't hear their name on the roll? Okay, if anyone else checks in late, we'll make sure to get them, clerk.
I don't know if I should be on the roll. I checked in. I want to speak at the public forum.
No.
We've got you, sir. We've got you. We'll get to you.
Okay, thank you.
Clerk, if you could identify the first speaker, and again, I'll remind everyone, if you're not speaking, to please mute your device. Thank you.
David Pinsineski.
Yes, that's me. Nicole, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Okay, is it my turn to start speaking or?
Go ahead,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, yes, hi. I'd like to thank the county legislature for giving me the opportunity to speak to you tonight about an issue that I'm very concerned about. I'm asking that you support a proposed county resolution that's going to be introduced by County Legislature Joe O'Brien, where the county will take over maintenance of the Albany, of the Mohawk Hudson Hike Bike Trail from the Corning Preserve going north up to Cohoes. The section in the town of Manans is in very bad shape. If any of you have ridden on that section of the bike trail, you notice there's roots sticking up, there's cracks in it, and it's very dangerous. And I've been talking to the county for 3.5 years, trying to get them to fix it. I started off with Lisa Raimondo and Scott Duncan in the Department of Public Works. And apparently there's some issues between the county and the state where they're not sure who's responsible. But I'm asking that the county take responsibility for this and go ahead and maintain it. If there's an issue with funding, I'm a member of the Albany Bike Coalition, and I've talked to Assembly members Steck, Fahey, and McDonald, and we can work on the funding. But I think this is an important issue. And as an Albany resident, I mean, it's a treasure to be able to, and as you get older, it's nice to have places close to home that you can go ride and not have to drive very far. And if any of you have ridden on that bike trail, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm asking the county the county legislators to support a resolution that's going to be introduced by Joe O'Brien, that where the county is going to take over maintenance of the trail and repair it. And if you need pictures or anything, I'll be glad to give you pictures, and I'll be glad, as a member of the Albany Bike Coalition, I'll be more than happy to work with the county legislatures on securing funding and doing whatever I can and getting our members to do the same. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, does anybody have questions or anything?
Sir, we don't allow for questions either way. But if
Okay,
there's
that's
nothing
fine.
else to say, well, we've got you on the record and we appreciate your comments tonight.
Okay, sorry, I'm new at this whole thing.
All good. I'm sure we'll hear from you again soon. We appreciate your time tonight.
Okay, thank you for listening to me.
Our pleasure. Clerk, next speaker.
Joanne Poole.
Good evening. My name is Joanne Pohl. I'm a 15-year-old 10th grader at Columbia High School. I'm a member of the Capital District Reality Check Teen Program, which empowers youth to become leaders in the movement against tobacco use and the tobacco industry. Last week, I had an opportunity to participate in Take Down Tobacco Day. This National Day of Action, sponsored by the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids, took place on April Fool's Day in order to raise awareness about how the tobacco industry fools young people into trying products that cause harm. The members of the Capital District Reality Check Group joined forces with partners in our state and across the nation to stand up and speak out against the tobacco industry. Since we were not able to host an in-person event this year, our group decided to create a YouTube video to share on social media in order to raise awareness about the problem of tobacco marketing in our communities and tell the tobacco industry that we won't be fooled any longer. Tobacco companies try to attract youth with brightly colored packaging, sweet flavors, and inexpensive products, often selling them in stores near schools, parks, and playgrounds. The more youth see tobacco marketing, the more likely they are to start smoking. I am proud to stand with tobacco-free kids and thousands of youth across the country to say we've seen flavored tobacco products and tobacco marketing in our communities. We won't be fooled by big tobacco on Fool's Day or any other day of the year. If you want to watch the Takedown Tobacco Day video our reality check group created, please visit our Capital District Tobacco-Free Communities YouTube channel. In closing, on behalf of the Reality Check Teen Leadership Program, I want to take a moment to say thank you to the Albany County legislators for all they do to protect the health and well-being of Albany County residents. Thank you for allowing me to share my views tonight.
Thank you. Great job.
Great job, young lady. Great job.
Clerk, next speaker.
Carol Waterman.
Am I unmuted or do I have to unmute?
We hear you loud and clear.
Oh,
Carol.
you can. Okay. Legalizing recreational marijuana is not progressive. It is not cool. And it is a gift to multi-billion-dollar marijuana corporations. It is a public health menace. Do we want to walk with children or teens through a cloud of tobacco smoke? Do we want to be breathing it through walls in apartments? Smoking marijuana has been shown to have worse effects on lungs than smoking cigarettes, by the way, as does secondhand marijuana smoke. Now, according to New York state law, we can't ban marijuana smoking where tobacco smoking is legal. Well, what a wonderful gift to the anti-tobacco movement. If you want to ban marijuana smoking, you need to ban tobacco smoking in the same places. Well, our county parks have been tobacco-free, and I might add marijuana-free, since 2017. Oh, I wrote that bill. As legislators, you can only ban smoking of any kind on county properties. But where you live, you can talk with your city or town governments. Now, big tobacco has been planning this for decades. And in 2018, Altria, formerly Philip Morris, bought 45% of Kronos, one of the largest marijuana companies. They are planning a rollout of vape products containing THC. They have patents and also piles of patent applications for devices. British American Tobacco is
1 minute,
working on,
1 minute, Carol.
oh, sorry, thank you. British American Tobacco is working on THC flavoring for their e-cigarettes. And by the way, they own 20% of Afria, a very large marijuana corporation. Philip Morris International actually has a patent for some marijuana plants.
30 seconds.
Thank you. Tobacco companies have planned for some time also to have their own marijuana companies. Big marijuana is increasingly big tobacco. This is the opposite of cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. Clerk, next speaker.
Zach Davis.
Can you guys hear me? Hello.
I can hear you.
Hi. So my name is Zachary Davis. I'm a wildlife biologist that grew up in the region, and I intend on staying in the region for the foreseeable future. I'd like to comment on the approval for the planning board to be the head committee for the Seeker project, that radar site solar proposal. And so firstly, I don't take issue with the council being the lead agency, but I want to reiterate a few things that were stated in previous conservation meetings. The location is a historically significant agricultural area, being in the Shaker historical region. And as stated by Mr. Reinhardt, the capacity to include dual use agriculture at this solar site is great. It's 32 acres, and the inclusion of this would not take very much planning. A recent publication by the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, it's called Global Trends 2040, says that food security and environmental issues will be the primary drivers of societal unrest in the next 20 years. And so I want to highlight that point made by Mr. Reinhardt. We need to be doing more in the way of planning for food security here in our municipality. Further, as an ecologist, I am very concerned about the plight of insects. Pollinators, bees, butterflies, bats, etc. They are all in decline, and this proposed project will indefinitely enclose their habitat. According to the National Heritage Program, there was the rusty patch bumblebee that existed in New York. It has since been extirpated since 1999 was the last time it was seen. However, the American bumblebee is rapidly approaching endangered status, and there are currently... Sorry, what was that?
1 minute, sir.
Sure. So the American bumblebee is likely to be listed in the next coming years. And so I want to reiterate the point that Mr. Reinhardt stated, that both dual use agriculture and pollinator habitat can be included in this. And as a pollinator friendly county, I think it's both the mission and a moral imperative to include these. And lastly, Mr. Grimm had brought up the point of having a plan for decommission should this project be proposed. E-waste is only 12.5% recycled in the country since 2015. And though those toxic substances that exist in solar panels also exist in our technology now, we should not be allowing projects to occur without plans for decommission. Allowing that to happen is tantamount to thoughts and prayers. And as a young individual, I implore you to consider the consequences of approving a project without plans for decommission. Thanks for taking my comment.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Clerk, next speaker.
There are no more speakers.
Is there anyone else in the meeting who would like to make a public comment? Hearing none, the public forum is now closed. Every month, the legislature awards a Beyond the Call COVID-19 award for individuals and/or groups who have stepped up during the pandemic to help their community. Before we start tonight's meeting, we have 2 recipients for April's Beyond the Call. I'm going to let Deputy Majority Leader Lynn Lakakis talk about our first recipient, Jamela Anderson of Albany, who was recently pictured on the cover of Time magazine for her efforts to provide curbside refrigerators throughout the city of Albany. Ms. Lakakis?
Jamela Anderson is truly a hero to me and to many of the people that live in our county. What she's done something that's so pure and simple, which not only addresses food insecurity, but also improves access to quality food in our the food deserts that we have in our county. I also appreciate the bright colors and spunky designs, updos of the refrigerators, because if you're going to have a refrigerator, it should look good and be attractive to people, so people will notice it so they can eat from it and notice it so they can donate to it. We're very lucky to have her and her compatriots. Personally, I ran into them on Thanksgiving when I had some extra meals, and I was completely delighted to be able to have some place to donate them that will go directly to the people who need it, rather than having them to go through another situation to get the food that they need. Many, many thanks, Jamela, for your efforts. We certainly all appreciate them.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the introduction. I mean, there's not really much to say, but thank you. And I'm happy to do the work. And I just hope that that this acts as a call to action to other community members to step up and do their part, even when it feels like they can't, because I am just the same as everybody else. I'm not extraordinary by any means. I'm just another person who had resources and was able to redistribute them. So I invite you all to help me or do your own thing, but I've got a lot of pointers, and feel free to reach out at any point. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Anderson. You're an inspiration. We appreciate all you're doing for us.
Thank you.
Ms.
Mr.
Cunningham?
Chairman. Yeah, thanks, Mr. Chairman. I just want to say congratulations to Jamela. I didn't know who you were, but you're also kind of famous in the town of Bethlehem. And there's a group of folks in Bethlehem who have a weekly sort of sign up that one of our neighbors brings food for, I don't know how many of your fridges, but I just wanted to say your impact is far and wide, and it is truly an honor to meet you. So thank you and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again and congratulations. And thank you, Ms. Lakakis, for the nomination.
Thank you.
At this point, I'd like to call on Legislator Matt Miller to introduce our next recipient, Lisa Janicki, who, like Jamela, attempted to help with the food insecurity in her community by installing a neighborhood food pantry outside her home in Selkirk. I'll turn it over to Mr. Miller to speak on behalf of Lisa.
Thank you. So to brush off from Joanne there, in Bethlehem, Lisa Janicki recognized a similar need in our community around New Year's and started a little area to provide food for the community. She lives on a nice, well-traveled street in our town, right in front of a local pocket park, which has access to a lot of families, so they have access to those materials. And she was sharing it on Facebook, and one of our local world-famous Bethlehem Democrats, Lou Picarazzi, made a nice donation to her little area she had set up and started a whole new process going. So she was able to very quickly expand to perishable items like milk, orange juice, and eggs. Quickly became baby diapers and formula because, everybody needs those for sure when you have young kids. Then pets got involved because pets need to eat during pandemics as well. And people forget that part of it. It's hard to feed yourself, and then you don't want to you need to feed your pet as well. Continued on, and clothes got added, Easter gifts got added. I think you get the basic idea of what's going on there. It's now called the Kindness Cabinet, and she had another person donated a nice banner for that. But what I want to finish with, besides her recognizing that need and taking care of her community as well, is, hunger doesn't know zip codes. You might look at it and say, oh, Bethlehem, what do they need down there? But, hunger is unfortunately during this time everywhere. And she recognized that need in an area people might not have thought about it. And it's been very successful. And I know as her local legislator, I'm very proud of the work she's done. So congratulations, Lisa. And thank you for what you've done down there.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And, I know sometimes people can't get here too, so I am willing to travel and drop things off to people as needed too. But I just want to say bravo to Jamela too. She's just doing such great work, and I'm just so great to be helping just like she is. So it's what I live for.
Congrats, Lisa.
Thank you. Congrats to you too.
Congrats to you both.
Thank you, Ms. Anderson, for your work in food insecurity in this pandemic. A lot of us kind of ask ourselves, what can we do during this crisis if we're not frontline workers or medical professionals? But in your own community, in your own way, you stepped up and made a huge impact. So congratulations on your honor this month for the Beyond the Call COVID-19 award. And if there's anything we can do to help you going forward as we all see our way through this situation, please stay in touch, and great work. And we're so proud of you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, everyone. We will now call our April meeting to order. At this point, I would like to ask the fearless, the indomitable, the incredible, the outspoken, the wonderful Joanne Cunningham to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Andrew, thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic
for
which
which it stands,
one nation,
one nation, under God, indivisible,
with
liberty
and
justice for all.
for all.
Ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Eston,
Here.
Brewski,
Present.
Bergdorf,
Here.
Chapman, Clay,
Here.
Clary, Camiso,
Here.
Cunningham,
Here,
Demalowitz,
Here.
Drake,
Here.
Efacoro,
Here.
Ethier,
Here.
Feeney,
Here.
Fine,
Here.
Grimm,
Here.
Andrew Joyce,
Here.
Ray Joyce,
Here.
Kuhn,
Present.
Lakakis,
Here, sorry.
Lockhart, Muriello,
Here.
Mayo,
Here.
McLaughlin,
I'm here because I raised my hand twice during the last half hour and nobody acknowledged me. So, but I am here.
okay.
Thank you.
McLean Lane,
Here, and I acknowledge the presence of my colleague, Ms. McLaughlin.
Miller,
Present.
O'Brien,
Here.
Hurley,
Here.
Peter,
Here.
Plosky, she got her mute, Reedy,
Here.
Reinhardt,
Here.
Ricard,
Present.
Simpson,
Here.
Smith,
Here.
Tunney,
Here.
Ward,
Here.
okay, Ward, Whalen,
Here.
Willingham,
Here.
Clary's here.
Images of Sam Darnold getting out of a car and getting
Nicole.
Yes, I got you.
Clary's here.
I got you, Mickey.
Thank you.
You're welcome. There's 35 present.
Thank you. Is there anybody on the call that did not hear their name or didn't chime in?
Just Lockhart.
I'm here, Nicole. I think you got me.
Yes, I got you, Vicky.
Thank you.
And if anybody had their hand raised during the Beyond the Call portion, I apologize for not calling on you. We had a technical issue here where we had to switch computers, so I didn't see the hand raised. Again, I apologize, and we'll do our best to make sure that doesn't happen again. I'd like to note additional sponsors that we have with the clerk. And then first item under previous business, before we get to resolution 316, we have to procedurally take resolution 120 first. I'd like a motion to take resolution 120 first.
Motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Mr. Peter, seconded by Mr. Kuhn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, everyone. Clerk, please read Resolution 120.
Determination that the proposed construction at the Albany County E911 Communications Center will not have a significant impact on the environment.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Resolution 120 passes unanimous. Thank you. Clerk, please read Resolution 316.
Amended and restated bond resolution of the County of Albany, New York, authorizing the undertaking of a capital project for the emergency 911 communication, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is 10 million, appropriating said amount therefore, and authorizing the issuance of 9 million of serial bonds of said county to finance said appropriation.
Before we go into the long roll call, I want to remind everyone, if you are not speaking, please mute your mic. If you're on a phone, it is *6, and if you would like to unmute, it is *6 again. Give you a moment to do that if you haven't already. Thank you. Long roll call on Resolution 316, please.
Baston,
Yes.
Brewski,
Yes.
Bergdorf,
Yes.
Clay,
Yes.
Clary,
Yes.
Camiso,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Demolowitz,
Yes.
Drake,
Yes.
Efacoro,
Aye.
Ethier,
Yes.
Feeney,
Yes.
Fine,
Yes.
Grimm,
Yes.
Andrew Joyce,
Yes.
Ray Joyce,
Yes.
Boone,
Yes.
Lakakis,
Yes.
Lockhart, oh, she's not here, Murriello,
Here.
Mayo,
Yes.
McLaughlin,
Yes.
McLean Lane,
Yes.
Miller,
Aye.
O'Brien,
Yes, please.
Hurley,
Yes.
Peter,
Yes.
Plosky,
Yes.
Reedy,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Ricard,
Aye.
Simpson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Honey,
Yes.
Whalen,
Yes.
Willingham, Wanda. She's, yeah. Unmute yourself, Wanda.
Yes.
Okay, unanimous, 35.
Thank you. Resolution 316 passes unanimous. Resolution 95, please.
Public hearing on local law number D for 2021, a local law of the County of Albany, New York, the Restaurant Protection Law in relation to third-party delivery services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Public hearing for local law D passes unanimous. First item under current business, Resolution 97, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Atlantic Pavement Marking regarding the stripping of various county highways.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 97 passes unanimous. Resolution 98,
Authorizing an agreement with Newcastle Paving for the construction of County Route 252 Highway Improvement Project in the towns of Bern and Knox.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr.
Opposed?
Chairman, I'd like to abstain from that, please.
We got your abstention, Mr. O'Brien.
Thank you.
Opposed? Okay, resolution. Who is that? I just heard an Andrew. Did someone call my name? None? Okay. Resolution 98 passes, one abstention. Resolution 99, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Newcastle Paving for the construction of County Route 303 and County Route 311 Highway Improvement Project in the towns of Bern and New Scotland.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, please I'd like to abstain from that as well. Thank you.
Got it. Resolution 99 passes with one abstention. Resolution 100, please.
Authorizing the submission of a grant application to AARP regarding the 2021 Community Challenge Grant Program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 100 passes unanimous. Resolution 101, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Cuyahoga Centers regarding the provision of parent partner services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 101 passes unanimous. Resolution 102, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Cuyahoga Centers regarding the provision of functional family therapeutic case management services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 102 passes unanimous. Resolution 103, please.
Authorizing an agreement and amending the 2021 Department for Children, Youth, and Families budget. Redlick Horowitz Foundation grant.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 103 passes unanimous. Resolution 104, please.
Authorizing the acceptance of grant funding and agreement regarding the Child Right Safe Harbor Initiative and amending the 2021 Department for Children, Youth, and Families budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 104 passes unanimous. Resolution 105, please.
Authorizing agreements with various Albany County municipalities for the provision of youth bureau services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 105 passes unanimous.
You want me to do that right now?
Resolution 106, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the Research Foundation for the State University of New York regarding the New York State Supervision and Treatment Services for Juveniles program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 106 passes unanimous. Resolution 107, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Interfaith Partnership for the Homeless regarding emergency and transitional shelter services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 107 passes unanimous. Resolution 108, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the Altamont program regarding emergency and transitional shelter services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 108 passes unanimous. Resolution 109, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Interfaith Partnership for the Homeless regarding transitional shelter services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 109 passes unanimous. Resolution 110, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Catholic Charities of the Diocese of Albany regarding emergency and transitional shelter services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 110 passes unanimous. Resolution 111, please.
Authorizing an agreement with St. Catherine's Center for Children, Murlac residents regarding the provision of family shelter services.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 111 passes unanimous. Resolution 112, please.
Authorizing the planning department to take action to coordinate and determine city court lead agency status for the solar installation project.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 112 passes unanimous. Resolution 113, please.
Authorizing agreements with the New York State Department of Health, Planned Parenthood of Greater New York, and YWCA Mohawk Valley regarding prevention education.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 113 passes unanimous. Resolution 114, please.
Authorizing an intergovernmental data sharing agreement with the Capital Region Crime Analyst Center and other local police agencies.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 114 passes unanimous. Resolution 115, please.
Authorizing a communication lease agreement with Capital Region Broadcasters for tower space.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 115 passes unanimous. Resolution 116, please.
Authorizing the acceptance of grant funding from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services for the live scan equipment grant and amending the 2021 Sheriff's Office budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 116 passes unanimous. Resolution 117, please.
Authorizing agreements with the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services regarding the Alternatives to Incarceration program.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 117 passes unanimous. Resolution 118, please.
Authorizing an agreement with PMA Management Corp. Regarding third-party administration of workers' compensation claims and benefits for Albany County.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 118 passes unanimous. Resolution 119, please.
Finalizing the accounting of the 2020 Albany County budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 119 passes unanimous. Resolution 121, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation and amending the 2021 Department of Economic Development, Conservation, and Planning budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 121 passes unanimous. Resolution 122, please.
Authorizing the County Director of Real Property Tax Services to approve certain applications made for correction of tax roll errors, refunds, and credits of taxes during the 2021 calendar year without prior audit by the legislature.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 122 passes unanimous. Resolution 123, please.
Authorizing correction of the tax roll for the town of Queens.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 123 passes unanimous. Resolution 124, please.
Authorizing correction of the tax roll for the town of Bethlehem.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 124 passes unanimous. Resolution 125, please.
Rescinding the authorization to convey real property pursuant to resolution number 271 for 2018 and authorizing the conveyance of 20 Judson Street in the city of Albany.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 125 passes unanimous. Resolution 126, please.
Rescinding the authorization to convey real property pursuant to resolution numbers 203 and 349 for 2019 and authorizing the conveyance of 91 Alexander Street in the city of Albany.
All those in favor?
Aye.
126 passes unanimous. Resolution 127, please.
Rescinding the authorization to convey real property pursuant to resolution numbers 159 and 549 for 2019 and authorizing the conveyance of 443 North Pearl Street in the city of Albany.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 127 passes unanimous. Resolution 128, please.
Amending resolution number 190 for 2008 regarding the conveyance of real property in the city of Albany.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 128 passes unanimous. Resolution 129, please.
Appointment of members to the Board of Commissioners of the Albany County Water Purification District.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 129 passes unanimous. Resolution 130, please.
Establishing a policy and eligibility requirements for the 2021 Legislative Grant Program.
Please refer that to the Audit and Finance Committee. Resolution 131, please.
Establishing a living wage for employees of the County of Albany and amending the 2021 Albany County budget.
Please refer that to the Audit.
Chairman, could you add me, Gary, to it, please?
We got you.
Thank you.
Yep. Please refer 131 to Audit and Finance and Personnel. Local Law I for 2020.
A local law of the County of Albany, New York to prohibit smoking in common areas of multiple unit dwellings.
Okay, folks, on your screen, you should see an amendment to Local Law I for 2020. I'd like to recognize Mr. Ricard for the purposes of introducing an amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to make an amendment to the local law and change the language as mentioned on your screen.
Okay, for those of you who may or may not be able to see it, smoking and vaping are prohibited in indoor common areas of multiple unit dwellings and within 10 feet of any outdoor ventilation intake. I believe that's a change from 5 feet to 10 feet.
I'll second that.
Seconded by Ms. Lakakis. Everyone can see the amendment. All those in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, on Local Law I for 2021, or as you were, as for 2020, as amendment, long roll call.
Would you add Demolowitz to that?
We've got you, Mr. Demolowitz.
Thank you.
Can you add me as well, Chairman?
Sure. If anyone would like to go on Local Law I for 2020 as amended, please let us know at this time.
I think I'm on it, but I'd like to go on it, Mickey.
Okay.
Bob Beston would like to go on it, please.
We have Mr. Fine, Mr. Mayo.
I'm on it. Bob Beston, please.
Is there anybody on this call who would not like to go on Local Law I for 2020? Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I am an owner of multiple units in the city of Albany. I, absolutely support this, obviously, but I haven't received advice from majority council,
Okay, that's fair.
So I'm a little, you know what I mean? I don't want to be, I want to do the right thing.
Okay, we got you.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Okay, on Local Law I for 2020 as amended, long roll call, please.
Beston,
In favor.
Krusky,
Yes.
Bergdorf,
Yes.
Clay,
Yeah.
Clary,
Yes.
Camisso,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Demolowitz,
Yes.
Drake,
Yes.
Efacoro,
Yes.
Ethier,
Yes.
Feeney,
Yes.
Fine,
Yes.
Grimm,
Yes.
Andrew Joyce,
Yes.
Ray Joyce,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Lakakis,
Yes.
Murriello,
Yes.
Mayo,
Yes.
McLaughlin,
Yes.
McLean Lane,
Yes.
Miller,
Aye.
O'Brien. O'Brien,
Yes. Yes.
Hurley,
Yes.
Peter,
Yes.
Plosky,
Yes.
Reedy,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Ricard,
Aye.
Simpson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Sonny,
Yes.
Whalen,
Yes.
Willingham,
Yes.
unanimous. 35.
Thank you. Local law I for 2020 passes unanimous.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to say a few words.
Mr. Alfaro.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank everyone for joining in support of local law I. And I want to especially thank our majority council, Rebecca, for working on this. We had to table, we could work on it multiple times and revise a lot of stuff. And I thank all our members here present for, joining in to move this forward. 41,000 Americans die every year as a result of second. And we have a responsibility to our residents to protect health. So this is a public health issue, and it is a crisis this time when we are facing this pandemic. And as you all already know, people that are most vulnerable is pandemic are people suffering from cancer, diabetes, stuff, and illnesses caused by smoking and in smoke inhalation. So I want to thank you all for moving this. This is a step forward in improving the quality of life for our residents. And we hope to do better and be more for, lead in a positive way and leave our world a better place than we made. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Ficoro. Local law A for 2021.
A local law relating to the procedures for the establishment, operation, modification, and disestablishment of tourism improvement districts in Albany County.
Okay, before we move on, Ms. McLean Lane. Ms. McLean Lane, are you there?
Mr. Chairman, thank you so much for recognizing me. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to say to Mr. Ficoro that, I used to live in Manhattan and in an apartment building. And every morning, my bedroom would be filled up with cigarette smoke and marijuana smoke from my downstairs neighbor. And it was so challenging because I loved my apartment. But I also know living there and even living here now, even as an apartment owner now, I know how expensive apartments are. And it's very hard for people to move. People don't just have the choice to just get up and leave. And what you've done for people who in Albany County, I really just want to say thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for recognizing me.
Thank you, Ms. Lane. Mr. Reinhardt.
Yeah, I wanted to be added as a sponsor to local law A. I mentioned it at caucus, but it didn't seem to get onto this version of the bill.
Yeah, we're still working on the machination for getting this agenda accurate, but it's a Granicus, but we'll work on getting you added on future versions.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Is there anybody else on local law I for 2020?
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Bergdorf.
I just want to say I've been here 5.5 years now, and my compliments to the law chair, Vicky Plotsky, and all the members of the law committee and Baroro, who worked about as well together with majority council to make this a good law and a good law for Albany County, and to add a lot of common sense. And I personally am proud to be a co-sponsor.
Okay, is there anyone else on local law I for 2020?
Chairman Joyce, Mickey Clary. I
Yes.
think I'm on it, but I want to make sure I'm on it.
We got you.
Thank you.
Okay. Madam Clerk, if you could, just to keep everyone up to date, could we read local law A for 2021 one more time?
A local law relating to the procedures for the establishment, operation, modification, and disestablishment of tourism improvement districts in Albany County.
Okay, please refer that to the law committee. Okay, local law B for 2021.
A local law of the County of Albany providing for reduction of the redemption period to 1 year for residential property located within a local municipality which has been determined by it pursuant to New York State Real Property Tax Law Section 1111-A to be vacant and abandoned.
Anyone who would like to speak on local law B for 2021?
Mr. Chairman,
Ms.
Carolyn.
McLaughlin.
Hi, I believe that this legislation, which comes out of the Blight to Betterment Committee, which I've worked diligently along with legislator Matt Peter, I think this will go a long way in helping us eliminate blight throughout Albany County. And especially, I'm concerned about the proliferation of abandoned buildings in the city of Albany, but I think it will have benefits throughout the county. And I'm just think that this conversation, the way it even came about, is something that should be applauded in terms of conversation that has taken place with the Blight to Betterment Committee and all those who participated, along with the Land Bank and other organizations within the city and the county. So I think that this is a step in the right direction. And as we look to getting funds from the federal government, and I believe that there are some that are going to be dedicated to housing. And I think this is an opportunity that has just dropped in our laps to really do something about it. And I'm really happy to be just one of the co-sponsors here.
Thank you, Ms. McLaughlin. Mr. Peter?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to join with the co-chair of the Blight to Betterment Committee, the Honorable Carol McLaughlin. I want to thank her for working so hard along with myself and staff and other members of the committee. It's been a pleasure. I also want to thank you, Mr. Chairman, for creating that task force. It's, the report should be released within 2 or 3 weeks as we're undergoing final edits. But this piece of common sense legislation that was made possible thanks to a state law signed by John McDonald and the work of the various assembly members, your office, Mr. Chairman, and the county executive's office, especially Michael McLaughlin, makes this possible. And what's really good about this law is it's certified by the locality. It reduces specifically abandoned and blighted buildings, decreasing the amount of years for it, and that's going to allow them to be more quickly potentially rehabilitated, and then at the same time reducing blight and reducing the chance of emergency demolition. So this bill is a common sense win-win. I want to thank 28 co-sponsors for joining us on this, and again, I want to thank my colleagues for their work on this, and also your office, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, excellent work, Mr. Peter and Ms. McLaughlin, are co-chairs of our Blight to Betterment Committee, our task force. A key first step here and what a larger mission will be, and couldn't imagine 2 better people to have on this issue and this subject matter, and I'm anxious to see what comes next. So great work. Mr. Joyce. Ray?
You'd like to be added as a chair, please? Or I'm sorry, as a sponsor?
You can be a co-chair too, Mr. Joyce. Well, the more the merrier.
Yeah, 2 conversations going on here, so thanks.
Yep. We've got you, Mr. Joyce. Anyone else on local law B for 2021? Hearing none, long roll call on local law B, please.
Eston,
Yes.
Broski,
Yes.
Bergdorf,
Yes.
Clay,
Yes.
Clary,
Yes.
Camisso,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Demalowitz,
Yes.
Drake,
Yes.
Efacoro,
Yes.
Ether,
Yes.
Feeney,
Yes.
Fine,
Yes.
Grimm,
Yes.
Andrew Joyce,
Yes.
Ray Joyce,
Co-chair Ray Joyce is a yes.
Yes.
Makakis,
Yes.
Murriello,
Yes.
Mayo,
Yes.
McLaughlin,
Yes, please.
McLean Lane,
Yes.
Miller,
Aye.
O'Brien,
Yes.
Hurley,
Yes.
Peter,
Yes.
Plosky, unmute Plosky, Vicky. I think she's frozen. Reedy,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Ricard,
Yes.
Simpson,
Yes.
Smith.
I'm a yes. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes.
Got you, Vicky.
Thanks.
Tunney,
Yes.
Whalen,
Yes.
Willingham, Wanda, you're muted.
She's looking.
Yes, yes, yes.
Unanimous, 35 yes.
Law B passes unanimous. Local Law C for 2021.
A local law establishing a demonstration program imposing owner liability for failure of an operator to stop for a school bus displaying a red visual signal and stop arm.
Chairman Joyce?
Mr. Miller.
Yes, if I could just real quickly on this one. I wanted to, protecting children and families is obviously a pretty easy bill. I don't think anybody's against that, and this bill will do that across the county. As it's a demonstration project from a state law, it made this work pretty easy, but I'd like to thank the executive's office and Luke Rogers for helping bring this forward. And there was a little confusion early on about sponsorship of this bill, so I'd like to thank Barrow for working with me. As a local school teacher, this one is really important to me, so I'd like to thank him for ceding that to me. And I'd like to anticipate everybody's support on this bill, because again, protecting children and families is pretty easy business to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Bergdorf.
I'm very supportive of this bill, but I just want to point out to everybody that this is the owner's liability, not the driver's liability. And I have had some unique experiences with that on 2 occasions. While visiting my my family in Germany, I happened to be driving my son-in-law's car on the Autobahn and went through a traffic stop, or I went over the speed limit, believe it or not, they did. And it was kind of embarrassing to my son-in-law when they sent the ticket to his company and then gave it to him and he gave it to me. So you might want to think about who you lend your cars to.
Mhm.
I also had a situation where I lent my pickup truck to somebody who used it, and evidently they went through a pink light, which was recorded clear as day, and that notice was sent to me. So just everybody remember, it's the owner's liability, and it's a good thing, and it's going to increase responsibility. But when you lend your car, make sure you give due notice to those you lend your car to.
Unwisely.
Thank you, Mr. Bergdorf. Ms. Cunningham? You're muted.
No, I don't need to speak. I wanted to be added, but I'm already on it. So thank you.
Mr. Reinhardt.
I think this is a great bill. I just wanted to point out that based on what Paul's comments, it looks like he was able to have it both ways.
I got to pay the ticket twice in both instances.
Hey, Mr. Tunney, did you have your hand?
Yes, I did. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I too am a proud co-sponsor of this legislation, and I echo the sentiments of Mr. Miller. This is a good law. This protects children in Albany County, and I know this has the support of hundreds of school bus drivers throughout the county. And I also know that this law is going to be replicated in other counties throughout New York. This is about changing habits, driving habits. Sadly, we have in New York State over 50,000 instances a day where children are put in harm's way by motorists passing a stopped school bus. So this is aimed at protecting children. It's a good law. I also want to thank Luke Rogers. I also want to thank Sheriff Craig Apple and Chief Deputy Lee Borman. They put a lot of hours into this too. So thank you to all that brought this before us. I'm very supportive. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Ms. McLaughlin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As anybody who has ridden behind a school bus and watched people go around you to go around the bus because you've stopped, and you sit there and you're just like, what are they doing? I think this is a wonderful bill, and I'm seeing that happen, and I've wondered who's coming from around the bus. And so I'm happy to have my name included as a co-sponsor. I know we asked in caucus about that, but I just want to make sure I'm included as a co-sponsor. And thank you for everyone who did the work on this.
Thank you. Mr. Efficoro.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank Matt Miller for moving this forward. As you know, as everyone else have said so far, this is a public safety issue, and this is something that has to do with our kids. I mean, our kids, Albany kids are our kids, and wherever kids are, they are our kids, and their safety is our responsibility. And it's great to see that we have people who are working and tirelessly to make sure that when our kids go to school, that they are safe wherever they are, whether on the road, in the school bus, in their classes, to make sure they are safe. And I thank you all for supporting this. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Ficoro. Mr. Reinhardt, I see that your hand went back up. You're muted. Oh, you lowered his hand. Okay. Mr. Joyce.
Yes, please add me as a sponsor to this as well. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else on local law C for 2021?
Would you add Demolowitz?
Got you.
Thank you.
Make it clear it'd like to be added.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Also, Bob
Beston, please.
Mr. Chairman, Bill Clay.
Gotcha.
Joe
Mr.
O'Brien,
Chairman,
please,
Bob
Mr.
Beston.
Chairman. Please add me, Mr. Chairman.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Could you,
We're going to add everyone on this Zoom meeting to local law C for 2021.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Unless you don't want to be on it, please let us know. But you can let us know in a few moments when we do a long roll call vote. Long roll call, please.
Beston,
In favor.
Brewski,
Yes.
Bergdorf,
Aye.
Clay,
Yes.
Clary,
Yes.
Camiso,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Malowitz,
Yes.
Drake,
Yes.
Epicoro,
Yes.
Ethier,
Yes.
Feeney,
Yes.
Fine,
Yes.
Grimm,
Yes.
Andrew Joyce,
Yes.
Ray Joyce,
Yes.
Boone,
Yes.
Lakakis,
Yes.
Muriello,
Yes.
Mayo,
Yes.
McLaughlin,
Yes.
McLean Lane,
Yes.
Miller,
Aye.
O'Brien,
Yes, please.
Early,
Yes.
Peter,
Yes.
Plosky,
Yes.
Reedy,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Ricard,
Aye.
Simpson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Tunny,
Yes.
Whalen,
Yes.
Willingham,
Yes.
35 yes, unanimous.
Thank you. Local law C for 2021 passes unanimous. Local law E for 2021.
A local law of the County of Albany provides
Item.
for special deferments and installment payments of taxes during the COVID-19 state of emergency for real property located within the County of Albany.
Mr. Peter, did you want to say something?
Just that I appreciate everyone's support on this. It received a favorable recommendation from both finance and law. This is allowing municipalities, in this case, the city of Albany, to extend its tax warrant to 120 days, allowing those who are having trouble paying their taxes to gain a little more time, without receiving penalties. Other municipalities were offered the option to opt in. They decided not to. In that case, what was being seen in the city of Albany was that small landlords, whether owner occupied or small investment properties, were specifically falling behind on their taxes due to not being able to make rent because of the COVID pandemic, or receive rent for that matter. And therefore, this is just stopping sort of a debt cycle before it starts and giving a little bit of a grace period. And I want to thank my colleagues for their support on this, and I hope everyone will vote aye. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Peter. Mr. Bergdorf.
Matt, I'm going to support the law, and we've had this conversation before. And I'm glad that this was offered to every other municipality. And one of the reasons someone said that the other municipalities did not take advantage of it was because it was not conducive to their tax flow. And but I think the other municipalities, and I'm virtually citing every other town and every other city, if the benefit here was to help taxpayers who have been hurt by COVID, I think the cities and the towns have done a disservice to their citizens, because the county is, we're going to be putting up anywhere between $85,000 and $100,000 to match savings in the city of Albany. But I know people in the town of Colony that were as devastated and are having as hard a time paying their taxes as the people in the city of Albany. So I don't quite understand the mentality of the local governments that did not opt into this if the real benefit was to help the taxpayer. But I am going to vote yes to support what you are proposing, which the city of Albany had the wisdom to take advantage of.
Thank you, Mr. Bergdorf. Mr. Peter.
Yeah, I just want to thank my colleague, Mr. Bergdorf. We had some really good conversations about that. And I specifically want to also thank Majority Council, who reached out to the other municipalities to see on their interest. And the only other point some of the other municipalities made was that the delinquency rate of not paying taxes in their area was also not as high. So they weren't as, didn't necessarily see the reason to risk the cash flow. But everything else, Mr. Bergdorf, I want to thank you for the conversation and the support.
And I'd like to mention Majority Council. This is 3 shout outs tonight. You are a rock star. Great work. You've earned your pay this month and probably forever. So great work. Great work by everybody. Is there anyone else on local law E for 2021?
I'd like to be a co-sponsor. Carolyn, please. Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah, can you add me too, Joanne?
we got you.
Me too, please.
Me too, Chairman, please. It's Vicky.
Okay, is there anyone on this meeting who would not like to be a co-sponsor for local law E for 2021?
I would not like to be a
Mr.
co-sponsor.
Chairman, I do not want to be a co-sponsor.
Mr. Purley, Mr. Grimm, Mr. Moriello,
Drake.
Mr. Drake. Okay,
Bergdorf.
Mr. Bergdorf, we've got you. Okay, Mr. Tunney, we've got you. Looking around my screen, I think we're good to go. We will record it. It won't be inaccurate when we do. I'm getting a high sign here. Long
Just
roll
be-
call. Who is that?
It's Mickey, just so you know, I'm in. Our Gildan counterparts are not, but I'm in.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Cleary.
Andrew, you got me in, haven't you, Andrew?
We've got you, Mr. Ethier.
Thank you.
Okay, long roll call on local law E, please.
Baston,
In favor.
Brewski,
Yes.
Bergdorf,
Yes.
Clay,
Yes.
Clary,
Yes.
Camiso,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Demolowitz,
Absolutely.
Drake,
Yes.
Efacoro,
Yes.
Ethier,
Yes.
Feeny,
Yes.
Fine,
Yes.
Graham,
Yes.
Andrew Joyce,
Yes.
Ray Joyce,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Lakakis,
Yes.
Muriello,
Yes.
Mayo,
Yes.
McLaughlin. McLaughlin,
Yes, yes.
McLean Lane,
Yes.
Miller,
Aye.
O'Brien,
Yes.
Purley,
Yes.
Peter,
Yes.
Flosky,
Yes.
Reedy,
Yes.
Reinhardt,
Yes.
Ricard,
Aye.
Simpson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Tunney,
Yes.
Whalen,
Yes.
Willingham,
Yes.
35 yes.
35 yes on local law E. 5 yes, passes unanimous. Thank you, everyone. That is it for our formal agenda. I just wanted to note for everyone before we adjourn, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention something. We haven't had a great time over the past 2 weeks here in the Albany County Legislature. But what we demonstrated tonight is that the work continues, regardless of political party, regardless of background, regardless of who you are, creed, orientation, whatever it is that makes you you. The staff and the members of this body are committed to working together, moving forward to meet the challenges that we all face with this pandemic, with the economic uncertainty and all the other challenges that we're going to be fighting and mitigating and working on over the next 3 to 5 years. I just wanted to thank you all for your work, your unity, all of your commitment to everything that we've accomplished tonight and we will accomplish. We're going to demonstrate to our people that we're committed to the work. We're committing to working together and making Albany County a better place. So I want to thank our staff, thank all of our members for their work going forward, and we're just going to keep doing it. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Seconded by Mr. Hart. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Safe.
Aye,
Good night.
aye.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye, all.